still in, Beverly's still in the hospital?
Well, Beverly's in the hospital, she's probably gonna be in for the next few days, and she had a heart attack. So unfortunately, we're kind of out without notes right now. We have the recording, and that's, might be an issue tonight. We have the recording, and hopefully somebody off of that recording will.
We'll try.
We'll try and get everything out.
We'll take some notes and we'll
Great.
try to work
And
with
then
it.
we'll see if we can get them into, to the bulletin for next. Alright, so the meeting is here, the open meeting, and we'll start to go around. Mario, do you have anything?
Not at this time. I've solved most of the problems.
Who's here?
Call roll. Well, we're all here except Beverly. Go ahead, Joe.
Here?
Terry?
Here,
Barry?
here,
Barbara?
Here.
Mario?
Here.
Myself here. Mario?
Most of the complaints are taken care of, down to the nitty gritty. He's still doing some repairs, and we're keeping in contact with one another, and the complaints are getting less and less each time. He's starting to get familiar with the neighborhood now,
Right.
on the routine, because he's working 5.5 days now, so we're doing pretty good.
And he has the extra
But
crew.
there's still
on, right?
problems that have to be ironed out, and they'll slowly be ironed out.
Does he still have the extra crew working?
Right, he's got the extra crew.
Okay. That's it.
That's about it.
Okay, Barb.
No, I'm nothing really.
Okay. Mary?
no,
Terry?
okay. As everybody knows, Greg left and Shannon is taking over Greg's, the maintenance part of that, company. He already went and he passed all of his tests for the pool license, so that's taken care of for next year. They finished the stone up at the top of Clubhouse 2 in the front and the back, so that's all stoned now. All those weeds and all that crap should be gone, and hopefully people will not smoke up there. And that's up to really, you know, a lot of the people, when they come for bingo, they smoke out there, so I think somebody from bingo's gotta really monitor that and make sure that they're not smoking directly as they come in and out.
Supposed to be, it used to be 50 feet from the building. We had
Yeah,
signs
it's
up.
supposed to be, but people still, you know, they go outside and they stand there and they smoke.
Doorway. I do have something I forgot. Go ahead, Terry.
Okay, the pools are all winterized, so that's all taken care of. Any rock that's left over, we have some rock over here behind the bocce courts, and we also have some rock left over from that, the stones. They will all be put behind, the pool area where we always have a washout there, so every once in a while we do put some rock, they'll shore it up, they'll do whatever they have to do. New fixtures were put in the one bathroom over here outside of the office, outside the library. The one bathroom gets used quite a bit, and the sink was cracked and the toilet bowl was cracked, so they replaced the sink and the toilet bowl.
That's the one that the public comes in and uses.
Yeah, that's it, that's the one. The guys who have been running the cable for the bingo machines in Clubhouse 2, so if, you know, whatever the bingo needs, that they're doing that as it comes in. Let's see. Okay, we're looking into purifiers, air purifiers for the smaller rooms. The big room, as you know, we have that amazing thing that takes the air out and brings it in and takes it out, so it's constantly refreshing the air. But the smaller rooms, I guess we had a problem down in the billiard hall with 8 or 9 people coming down with COVID.
That's correct.
So the smaller rooms, the yoga room, where they have
The exercise room?
No, the yoga, that room. Then also the room where they do the ceramics and the painting, the ping pong room. Anywhere there's a smaller room where there's people gathered, we're looking into. Shannon's got, he's got the air, you know, the HVAC people and the electricians looking into putting it into a unit.
Right, that's what I wanted to ask you, instead of getting small independent units for smaller rooms, we have to look into an electronic air filter
Right, but
maybe
we'll have to
that
get,
attaches right to the main furnace.
right,
with the
that's,
air, correct?
that's exactly what we're doing.
Okay.
We don't know,
That's
we
better, I
might,
think if we could do that, I think that's a lot better than
That-
the independent units,
right,
because
that-
they have to needlessly be, it's constant maintenance.
as we said, that would probably work really well in Clubhouse 2. I don't know about Clubhouse 1. They might have to be independent units, but they do have them that can be attached to the wall, so somebody can't just pick it up and walk out,
Okay.
as have done in the past. And also the painting has been started for this building, for Clubhouse 2. Well, and it really looks nice. It's starting. Clubhouse 1 rather, I'm sorry, all around here. So they started the painting for that. And Shannon said he did pass his test, and the only other things we have is, we had 3 bids went out for the buses. We sent out extra letters. The only one that came back was Stout, and so we're gonna let them Stout come in. It's another 3-year contract, and it's $103,484.
They were the only person who responded.
They were the only ones that come in. They give the people great service. Everybody loves them. So, and they're not raising their price at all. Even though the gas went up, they're not raising anything. So,
That's pretty lucky because everything.
and then the other thing is there were questions about the computers in the library. The hard drives are being cleaned. The one is no good, so we're looking into the cost of the refurbished. So they're not ready yet though, but when they're ready, they'll be put back in the library.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Bob, you want to say?
Well, the Stouts contract, we have to vote on that tonight at the meeting, okay? And, bingo, you reminded me, I spoke with Vi Gillies yesterday, who's the vice president of bingo. And the equipment is here, came in Tuesday, I think. And the, stage callers, the ones who, like me, sit up on the stage and call the bingo numbers, are going to be trained, I think she said, I forget the date, but anyway, we should be ready to start bingo, October 21st. That's a Tuesday. That's the day we're getting trained. I think we're gonna start on the 23rd.
Well, that's great, and hopefully
Everything is smooth.
You know, when bingo starts up and they accrue some money, they will actually pay for
The buses.
the buses, like I think every other month. They would pay, I believe that's how they were doing it.
Yeah.
That's a very, very, very big, that's a 50, 60 grand a year
Yeah,
that they were
yeah.
paying.
That's
I got a
it.
question on the bingo, if it starts, would there be a trial run so there's no boo-boo?
So
I think she said that we were gonna have some, training sessions
Yeah,
with, bogus bingo cards to check out the equipment
Right.
and check out the,
Right, 'cause you-
floor callers and,
you don't wanna make no mistakes when bingo starts.
oh God,
There's a
no.
problem. You gotta
Get
check it
rip
all
your head
out.
off.
And I do believe, Charlie asked that we let him know that date, so, you know, he would like to come down maybe for the first bingo, he said.
Charlie who?
Charlie Bingo, Charlie
Charlie
Nielsen,
Nielsen?
yes.
Isn't he in South
He's
Carolina?
in South Carolina, but he said he would like to come up when bingo starts. I will let him know,
Okay.
you know, I mean, why not?
It's a long
He
trip.
doesn't know. Well, they gotta do anything. So what? Let him come.
How I know that? It just seems odd to travel all that way.
Well, that was his baby for a while.
Yeah, I know.
All those years?
20 years.
They said it was gonna start on the
I believe the 23rd.
I'll give Charlie a call and let him know. And I'm sure he knows already.
I think she said that on the 12th, which is next Tuesday, the manufacturer of the bingo machines is supposed to be coming in to set up the computers. And I asked if she would mind if I was there so that if there's a breakdown on a night, maybe I could help set it back up. She said, perfect, do it. So that was that.
I heard that kitchens, all set to go.
Yep, they're
Lenny-
back there shopping now for the non-perishable things
Well,
that,
Lenny actually set them up with the company to order all the stuff with. He did the first order with them so that they, you know, kind of know who to
Right.
deal with and how
Right.
they deal, cause he orders everything for all the clubs and
Right.
whatever goes on here, so he helped them with their first order so that they could get everything up and running.
so hopefully things are moving along. Each little niche of bingo is doing their thing
Well,
to get it back,
like I said, at the minute, you know, they're setting up for
Okay.
them.
okay?
Joe?
Only that a resident on Jamaica has requested to address the board about complaints about a trailer parked in his driveway. I'm gonna set up a meeting for next Tuesday.
Okay, good. All right, I'll address it about tonight's meeting. Normally we would go through A to Z. I'm gonna ask that we dispense with old and new business unless it's urgent, because tonight will be candidate night. There was a little guffaw in the paper. There was 150, I wanna bring this up, there was a 150 word limit in our resumes that was supposed to be done. I'm gonna take the blame for this, that I didn't review everything, and I know a couple of the directors actually put in something that was over and above the wording. I'm gonna take the rap for that, I should have said something. I presumed that, you know, we all were gonna do that, and, it didn't happen. So in lieu of there being any inequity tonight, I had said something about 3 minutes, but I have a moderator coming in from another community. He's a member of the coalition, he was the vice president over at South, Vincent Shower. And he will moderate for us tonight, and what we're gonna do is each candidate will have 5 minutes as a presentation, you know, for what they're about. And, I had papers printed up for the audience tonight that, and each sheet has, the ability for somebody to fill out 2 questions, and to which candidate they want to pose the question to. This will try to keep to a little minimum as far as time constraints we're gonna be under, because if we really wanted to go all out, we could probably have a meeting for 3 hours. And you know how that might go, because people usually start leaving after the first hour. So rather than have that and have the important issues taken care of, I'm gonna hopefully dispense with old and new business. We'll have committee report, I'm gonna ask to keep it brief. We'll have director's reports, we're gonna ask to keep it brief. And then I want each candidate's gonna have 5 minutes, we have a timer. Each candidate's gonna get a full 5 to talk. Originally, I was gonna kind of penalize you, the 3 directors, but then I'd have to penalize myself, because as the president, I should have oversaw it, and I didn't. So that being said, everybody will have 5 minutes to address the audience, and there will be questions again posed to each candidate by whomever, and they have a sheet, like I said, it's 2 candidates. We'll also vote on Stouts, whether or not to accept the contract, and again, being that there are no other bidders, it looks like they're gonna be in.
And then they're also giving us the trips as well.
Right, well, they,
So, you know, they're really following everything that they did, and I
Right.
have to tell you, everybody really likes them. They really help people, the drivers help,
Alright,
you know,
Look,
people on
And
the.
they give us, I think it's 4 times a year, could be 5.
they give us trips, that's true.
The
I wanna
free,
move on
no
to something
charge.
else.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't know about Stouts, so we'll move on.
Right.
The, as we all know, there's been a little outbreak of COVID in our community. Holiday City Carefree has shut down for a couple of weeks. And everybody here knows that the rest of the communities here, from us to Sonata Bay, most every community was not gonna open up this year. They weren't gonna open their pools, they weren't gonna do anything, and they fought that, the coalition and the other communities. We decided we were opening, and they all followed suit. Well, I don't know what's gonna happen, if there is gonna be another go-round of COVID. Hopefully it won't be as severe as what happened to us for that year and a half. But, we do know that up to 9 people have contracted COVID people have gotten shots also and have contracted it. Down in the pool room, close quarters, no masks. Holiday City, Carefree again, they've closed down, and if this is any indication of what might be coming, we should be prepared for that. It might happen, and again, it's all in the hands of the governor and the state, whatever they decide. But, that being the case, I think we should all be alert to the fact that this thing might come back to some extent. If that be the case, we would have to decide, not so much today, but in the near future, whether or not any meetings, we're gonna mandate masks or anything to that effect. But we'll wait to hear what we hear from the state regarding that, we're not gonna make that. Although I did request that anyone who goes down to the pool room wear a mask. And the people that have the COVID, please not go, and they have it so far. I think that's about it, what I have.
Anything about what about the dance? I wouldn't cancel it until,
It's canceled, Terry.
you canceled it already?
We're not gonna be, seeing the way things are going, and I know everybody have been looking forward to this veterans thing, you know,
I
we
know.
started years ago, and I understand that, but not if it's gonna be at the expense of somebody getting sick. It's different to have meetings, people can wear masks, but to have a dinner dance with 300 to 400 people
Yeah.
in close quarters, dancing and eating, there won't be any mask in place, and the way things seem to be heading, we decided, Mike Colicchio, Larry Fox and myself decided that we were gonna pass this
Okay.
year. And maybe just substitute it in the spring, and we'll have something that's related to Veterans Affairs, so we could drum up that money. You guys know that, well, every year that we depend on that, income, and what we do is dispense it to all the ex-servicemen in need or servicewomen in need. And you know, that's something I wanted to bring out, and I've been bringing it out. There's more and more women that are veterans that are homeless in Ocean County and have children. And that's something we've been trying to overcome, and unfortunately, this money would have been directed in that direction. But it doesn't look like it's gonna happen.
Well,
because, I
so far, we have not canceled the,
the tax-
Jersey Tenor Show.
That's in
And
February.
there's-
That's November 7th, and
November.
if necessary, we can,
You
the
can
clubhouse
have-
will be set up
you can
concert
have it,
style, and people have to wear masks.
There would have to be some sort of separation, and again, that's why the dinner dance is a different animal.
Right.
Because everybody's seated together, and it's not where you can do separate seating, as you might guys will do what you said with the tennis. So, that being said, there's anything else?
Yeah, maybe we could put something in the paper and have a toy drive and a money drive or something, so that, you know, mentioning the, you know.
Now, we'll hold off, we're gonna run something in the spring. We're not gonna ask, but we, you
Yeah,
know,
what
we
about
did.
Christmas though for these kids that have, you know?
Toys could still be donated.
Right.
We've done that every year.
Right.
And that's not a meeting. Anybody, we have the thing
Right.
set up, anybody wants to drop
We
off
should-
a toy, do it, and then when we get the load, we bring it down to New Jersey Veterans Affairs Office in Toms River,
Right.
and they distribute the toys for
But
us.
I'm saying maybe we could put something in the paper about that we're collecting toys and whatever. And maybe have an angel
I
tree
think
or
Mike
something.
usually does that, Michael Colicchio, who's
Right,
the secretary and treasurer of the group, usually does that format, and I think he has something he sent in the mail.
you know, and put an angel tree or something in the library too, where people can come and take something, and if we can get some, I don't know. But if we don't have the money from the Veterans Club, maybe people would be kind enough to do something else.
We got lucky, we had this little concert, this free concert, we generated some money, and we were able to dispense it with a few people that were in need here
Right.
this year, so far. But you know, you
Okay.
could do what you could do.
Whatever,
I guess if there's nothing else,
I have nothing.
we'll look forward to tonight, I'm hoping it's gonna be a good meeting, and every candidate will have their say, say something. And hopefully it'll lead to a conducive election where we have a board whether it be this board, a mix of this board, another board, that we keep Holiday City going in the direction.
Joe, adjourn the meeting?
Adjourn?
Meeting adjourned?
Second?
Okay.